Ladies and gentlemen, this was me 6 years ago, and that was math. Two curves that hated each other and traveled in completely different directions, never meant to meet. But what if I told you that it's not the case anymore? Because now this is me and math, like a sine and cosine graph. We don't just meet once, we cross paths again and again, technically forever. That's why today I want to share with you the secret of math. The secret that transformed my relationship with it from something that once haunted me into something that I can't live without, just like my phone. Now you might ask, how much could someone actually hate math? Well, when I was young, math was like broccoli. Something my parents kept telling me was good and I had to eat. Every single day after school and even on weekends, I had to study math for more than 3 hours. And that's almost 20 hours a week in total. Whilst other kids were out playing games, I was wrestling with X and Y. And it's this moment that math didn't just follow me, it's haunted me like a ghost that refused to leave. And that really made me question the point of learning math. Like, why would anyone actually enjoy this? Turns out, I wasn't alone. A survey by the Youth Project found that 47% of students hate math. Think about it. That's basically half of the students' population. And the researchers reviewed the reason why we hate math as a state of not knowing why we're learning it. As a result, we find it boring and don't even try to understand. Surely, it's not about what, it's about why. We, as students, don't know why we learn math. But during a trip in Milan, when nothing extraordinary seemed to happen, but in fact, it was the day my life changed forever because of this painting. The Last Supper, Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece from the Renaissance period, capturing the sacred moment when Jesus shared his final meal with his 12 disciples. And honestly, at first glance, I was just simply amazed by its beauty. But then I learned something that altered everything forever. This work of art was actually built on mathematical precision. Leonardo used the same golden ratio found in galaxies, seashells, sunflowers, and even the broccoli that I hate, to balance the entire composition, from the placement of each figure to the spacings of walls and windows. Every line of perspective draws your eye naturally toward the center where Jesus sits, created by the beauty of geometry. And what's even more fascinating is that the Last Supper is filled with symbolic use of numbers, especially 3 and 4. For instance, the apostles are arranged in 4 groups of 3, with 3 windows in the background and 4 covered ceilings on each side, in which 3 represents heaven, God, and completeness. 4, on the other hand, stands for the world we live in, the physical and tangible. Together, their interplay in the painting reflects the intangible connection between heaven and earth, a connection defined by mathematics where the world of math and humanity infused. And for the first time ever, I realized that math is just something found in textbooks or exam questions. It's a language that connects every single element in the universe together. And that realization inspired me to give it a real chance. Although it was tremendously difficult, as someone who has no strong foundation in math, trying to become good at it almost felt impossible at first. But with enough effort, patience, and countless mistakes along the way, I began to understand the logic behind it, and more importantly, why we learn it. Having that foundation really changed everything. It allowed me to perform at best in areas I once found difficult. And it also allowed me to excel myself and perform my best in subjects that are truly, I would say, difficult. So tonight, go home and ask yourself that simple question, why? Why do you do this? Even to the simplest thing in your life. Because maybe that simple question will lead you somewhere unexpected, to an idea that moves you just like it once did for me. And if you ever feel there's no why, remember, there always is. The river, the tree, the lightning, and even vessels within your body. They all share the same hidden pattern, the quiet language of mathematics that binds everything together. Because sometimes understanding why isn't about finding the answer. It's about finally seeing the beauty that's been there all along. Thank you.